Welcome to CSET Multiple Subject Prep and Linguistic Terms. The following terms occur in alphabetical order. Acquisition of language skills. All new learners of language progress through the same series of stages in learning a second or native language. The length of time each person spends at a particular stage varies. Borrowing. When a word or phrase from one language is used in another language. For example, silk was originally a Chinese word. British spelling. Many British and American words can be spelled differently. Code switching refers to switching back and forth between two different languages in one conversation. Context embedded. Context helps comprehension because meaning is supported by the physical or social nature of the conversation. Creole refers to a language that originates from a simplified language or pidgin, or a combination of other languages. Dialect, a form of speech belonging to a particular region. Dialectical knowledge, the art of debate based on reason. For example, knowledge is referred to as the highest stage of our mind and is referred to as a dialectic in the Central Book of the Republic. English orthography refers to the representation of the sounds of English by written or printed symbols. Etymology, it's the history of how a word and its meaning formed. Gender neutral, a linguistics term to alleviate references to gender specifics. Grammatical change. Any language can develop a grammatical nuance, not always noticeable to listeners. Lexical changes or word changes occur more rapidly than grammatical changes. The Great Vowel Shift. It was a phenomenon that occurred mostly during the 15th and 17th centuries and involved all the long vowels in English. The lower vowels were pronounced higher and the higher vowels changed into diphthongs. Hypercorrection happens when someone thoughtfully tries to avoid making a mistake in a language usage situation. President Obama is guilty of hypercorrection when it comes to the usage of I and me. Jargon, words or expressions used specifically by a select group, trade, or profession. It's a sort of shorthand between members of a select group of people. Krashen's affective filter hypothesis. Factors that impact language acquisition include self-confidence, nervousness, anxiety, and boredom. Positive environments facilitate the successful learning of a second language. Krashen's comprehensible input hypothesis refers to the fact that we require language only when we understand what is said, not how it's said. Linguistics, of course, is the study of language and its structure, including the study of morphology, syntax, phonetics, and semantics. Morphemes are the smallest semantically meaningful unit of a language that cannot be further divided. They're not words and they can't stand alone, but they make up words. Morphology, the patterns of word formation in a particular language, including inflection, derivation, and composition. Noam Chomsky is known for his universal grammar theory, and he proposes that when humans are born they contain the basic structures to learn any language. He compares the human brain to a little black box, ready to be molded by experiences with the outside world. Narrowing refers to a type of semantic change that takes place when words' meanings diminish to refer to only part of the original meaning. Pragmatics, the branch of linguistics involving three major communication skills: using language for different purposes, changing language according to the needs of the listener or situation, and following rules in conversation, such as taking turns in speaking. Semantics is the study of the meaning of words by linguists. Slang, informal words, phrases, and uses that are often restricted to certain contexts, professions, or class. Standard English dialect is accepted throughout English-speaking countries, and it's spoken with any accent with very few variations in grammar. Syntax refers to the word order to convey certain meanings. For example, "to your farm we're going" would be an example of awkward syntax. It's understandable but sounds odd. Word order and syntax affect meaning. For example, "the young boy carries the dog" and "the dog carries the boy" are quite different.